It's 6:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A woman has died following a single vehicle crash in Newcastle last night. The 61-year-old was driving her blue Honda Jazz along Honeysuckle Drive at about 6 o'clock when she lost control, mounted the footpath and crashed into a fence. Paramedics performed CPR and rushed her to the John Hunter Hospital, but she died on arrival. Police are looking at whether she suffered a medical condition in the moments before the crash. The Hunter Business Chamber is welcoming the state budget, saying a number of measures, including simpler planning and infrastructure upgrades, will benefit the region's businesses. $103 million will go towards Newcastle's light rail project, and there's close to $10 million for the new hospital at Metford. Beyond these, the Chamber is welcoming the $27 million to be implemented for the Small Business Employment Incentive Scheme, which will see non-payroll tax-paying small businesses receive grants of up to $2,000 when they hire new employees. Chamber CEO Kristen Keegan says this will help business to innovate.
That's a great initiative because often at the small end of the scale is where lots and lots of innovation occurs, particularly in this region. So helping the micro businesses to transition and grow, every little bit helps.
Meanwhile, the NRMA believes the Hunter has fared well in the budget. Around $250 million will be spent on the region's roads, including the final stage of the Newcastle Inner City Bypass, the widening of Cormorant Road at Kooragang, and the continuation of the overpass on the New England Highway at Maitland. However, the NRMA is disappointed there was no money for the Glendale Transport Interchange, while the M1 Pacific Motorway link to Raymond Terrace also needs to be fully funded. More jobs are set to go from Newcastle shipbuilder Forjax. 150 workers from the Tomago site will be made redundant next month, with more jobs to go by the end of the year unless new contracts are locked in. The company's main project, building hull modules for Navy destroyers, will come to an end in the next few months. A new waste transfer and recycling facility could be on the cards for Maitland. With the existing landfill site predicted to reach capacity in the near future, Council's holding a drop-in session tonight to inform residents of the purpose and construction plan of the new project. Council's Environment Manager David Sim says it will reduce the community's overall environmental impact.
The proposal will encompass both a small vehicle recycling area, a drop-off centre, also a processing hall in which we will do some further removal, and also an area where we'll bulk up waste for transport off-site to another location.
The drop-in session is being held from 6 till 8 p.m. at the Shamrock Hill Multi-Purpose Centre at Ashton Field. And briefly, 2 children have been treated for smoke inhalation following an electrical fire in a laundry at Arcadia Vale.
Sport for our sponsor, NewcastleCheapestCars.com.au.
Newcastle forward Corbin Sims says despite the player shortage, he's up for the challenge in Friday night's clash with Brisbane. The Knights will have to do without a suspended Cade Snowden this week, as well as forwards Jack Stockwell, David Farlongo and Chris Houston, who are still recovering from injury. Sims says it'll be tough, but he's ready to face the Broncos on their home turf.
Just got to try and get a good balance in my game at the moment, but now that Snowy's actually unfortunately taken a week off and a couple of injuries to our side, I've got to try and step up there and try and lead the middle a little bit.
Meanwhile, Bulldogs halfback Trent Hodkinson could be set to join the Knights after meeting with officials on Tuesday. The 26-year-old is off contract at the end of the season and has yet to reach a new deal with Canterbury. And in soccer, the Jets are close to signing support staff for their new head coach. After Scott Miller's appointment last week, the Jets are closing in on a new head of high performance and hope the position will be filled by July 6. That's sport. I'm Jacinta Lee.
To NURFM News Time, 26 to 7.